guys, welcome back to the Delight Podcast. I am Naila.
And I'm Elise, and we're so happy that you're here.
This week, we have a really necessary topic to discuss. Okay?
Necessary.
It is necessary. I think it's necessary. I think it's important. And it's about health, you know? I think health is wealth. I think we both believe that. And if you guys have followed Lenisa and I on our social media platforms, I'm sure you've seen a little bit here and there of our fitness journey or our health journey, whatever the case may be. I'm sure you guys have seen something in regards to that. And we just wanted to talk more about it because as we get more into our word, we see how important taking care of your body is.
Yes.
Not only to live a great and healthy life, but it's also important to God. It's also important to have a body where you are able to praise Him successfully and you are able to give God glory. And in this episode, we'll be talking more about that.
Yes, we will. Like Naila said, when we first started working out, I think that was 2022. I know it was after grad school.
It was.
And listen, we
like
came
fall.
We came out of grad school looking a bit questionable. And
this is a sensitive topic.
It is a sensitive topic because I had told Naila one time, like, don't ever let me get back to that place again.
She did.
I told her. And just a little disclaimer, because I feel like people were like, oh, like, you weren't even like that big and stuff like that, like trying to make me feel kind of guilty for shedding the weight. And it's like, what people didn't see was how unhealthy we were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the junk food, the
juice,
the pizza,
the soda,
the Nutella on the waffles with the syrup and whipped cream
combo. That was one time
with the iced coffee on the side. You know, like, we were really unhealthy. Yeah. And so when I look at myself now, like, I'm so proud of myself. I look at Naila, like, I'm so proud of us because, wow.
Yeah.
You know, it was not good. And the food we were eating was not helping us mentally. It was not helping us emotionally. And we were just off the scale.
Yeah. And I think, like food, right? We often think like food will show you like if somebody's gaining weight or if somebody's losing weight too, right? If somebody's losing weight, you might say like, oh, like, are you eating enough, right? And if someone's gaining weight, you might say, oh, they're probably eating too much, right? We always associate it with that. But never do we talk about, at least I don't think we talk about it enough, the mental toll that food has on us, right? Food is a vessel to depression. Sugar, that is the works of the devil right there. Sugar is a dangerous ingredient. Dangerous, okay? It's not only associated with health concerns like cancers, different cancers, and I believe diabetes, but the more sugar you eat, I'm sorry to tell y'all, the closer you are to
you know,
yeah.
Even I saw a TikTok video of what sugar can do to your brain. It's deteriorating your brain. Like, you know, sometimes we opt for it because it's the option that we have. Like, was it really worth picking that sugary food over like the salad? No, it's really not worth it. It's very impulsive of us, but it's always better to take the healthier option.
Yep.
I know we crave it, you know, as women, we have our time of the month and we have these certain cravings, but it's like, it's not worth it. It's not.
And I like how you said, like, you saw what it does to our brain. Because when you think of the body, yes, it needs to be healthy on the outside, but it also needs to be healthy on the inside. And I don't even think people realize that, like, your weight gain might not even be what you're eating, it's what you're drinking. That alcohol gotta go. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but that gotta go. The shots, throwing it back, leave it. Leave it. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Don't
You really
need
don't need it. Those margaritas, the sugar.
The sugar.
That's what it's in. The beer. Sugar.
It's so bad. And I guess we should go back a little bit as to what kind of allowed us to start the journey. Well, we were working out. Like, we just decided we was going to work out. Naila was working consistent than me in the beginning. And then I started to pick up my pace. And then I had watched What the Health on Netflix. This was 2022, I think, or early 2023. What I saw being processed into our food, I was like, nah, I'm never eating meat again. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah. So I went and bought Tabitha Brown's book.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was reading, I was like, I'm really gonna go vegan. Like, I'm really gonna go vegan. Mind you, no research on veganism. I just went ahead and jumped ship.
She just jumped the gun. I'm like,
don't do that. Don't do that. It's not safe. So I was vegan for probably like a calm 2 months. Yeah. No, I think like 1 month is some change. Month and a half. That half, I was losing my vision. I was anemic because I thought I was supposed to just cut out the meat, but you're supposed to supplement the things you're cutting out. Now, granted, in the beginning, I will say, I did see a shift in myself.
Okay. Like physically and mentally?
Physically. Okay. Because I took out a lot of the things that I used to eat. Like, I think red meat isn't good for me. I think I'm sensitive to that. So I saw a lot of like energy levels change, stress levels change, right? A decrease in my anxiousness and anxiety and stuff like that. So I was feeling good. Then I started losing my vision. And so I remember I told my sister, like, I need to eat meat. And so I bought chicken nuggets. But in the midst of this, my sister was also changing the diet of her daughter because she went to a holistic doctor for her daughter. And due to the results, she started to switch things around. And because I had to consider my niece, when I would bring things home, because she'll often like eat from me, I was forced to kind of switch my diet. So Dixie had discovered this app called Yuka. Yes. And love it. She was like scanning stuff in the house. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, going through our cabinets. Like, every time I'll come home, she'd be like, did you scan it? And I'm like, no.
She was obsessed.
She was obsessed with it. So then I was like, I had to scan it. So grocery shopping used to take us like an hour because we were scanning things. But I started to see that we were opting out the things that were really bad for us. And that was contributing to like our fitness journey and making it easier and quicker for us. Yeah. So that was just kind of like the beginning of my journey, for example, as to what kind of kickstarted it.
I think like what kickstarted my journey is like I just wanted to change. Like one thing about me is that like if you don't like something, you should change it, right? I was tired of saying like, oh, I don't like this about my body. I don't like this. Like, girl, get up then. Like, what are you doing? Stop saying you don't like it, but you're not doing nothing. Do it. You know, and I think it happens to a lot of us. We say, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this career move. I don't like my body, how this jiggles or whatnot. Well, what are you going to do about it? Because if you just talk about it and you're not being about it, it ain't going to change. Okay. So that's how I was like, all right, I'm going to just go to the gym. And I will say it was like I was nervous because I was new to the gym. Yes. You know when you go to the gym and you see new people and they don't really know what they're doing. They don't know how to move a machine. You can tell.
What are you doing?
Yeah, so I was doing random workouts, you know, like nothing was like programmed, right? I was just doing random stuff, trying to figure it out. Yeah. And I learned along the way, and then I got to a structured routine of like a weekly routine of what workouts I'll do. So instead of doing legs and arms and abs every single day, because I want to do everything. You got Monday, you got hammies and glutes, right? Tuesday, you got back and biceps, right? Wednesday, you go glutes and quads. You know, that's when I was like, all right, let me switch it up.
We're breaking it down.
And then the food part, because I have a love-hate relationship with food. Like, I have struggled with food like all my life. I've had body dysmorphia where like I don't see what other people see. Like when I was in high school, I lost a lot of weight and I thought I was like 300 pounds. And my mom was like, "Do you know how much you weigh? You weigh like this, bro." Like that was the smallest I was.
Yeah.
But I thought I was like obese and people are like, "You look sick. Are you all right?" You know, but that's something I've always struggled with. So in terms of food, like Lenise said, like she went vegan a little bit. And my thing is like I'm not a vegan, right? But I will eat vegan stuff. I like vegan dishes and stuff like that. But going full on vegan right away, I think that's why like her body was, I think he was in shock.
My body shut down, guys. Yeah. Like it was closed for service. It was like on the 30th day, I swear to God. The first 30 days, I was killing it, bro. I was in the gym. Yeah. I was eating the tofu. Okay? Meal prepping. 30th day, I was driving and I thought I was seeing double. Wow. It's you gotta do research, guys.
If anyone has seen double, it should be me. I have the contacts. Okay? But like that's why I like how Lenise brought up the Yuka app because her and Dixie, her sister, they're the ones that put me onto Yuka. And so I scan things too and it will tell you like things that have toxins in it, any type of food, right? And so when you think about it and like Lenise says she watched What the Health, I still have never seen it. I'm scared. Because, you know, I do eat meat, but I do try not to eat red meat on the regular. Like, instead of eating ground beef, I'll substitute to ground turkey. But in terms of scanning food, like, the more research I did, the more documentaries I did, the more educated I was, I learned that, like, yo, there's so much stuff in the United States that is banned in other countries. You gotta ask yourself, why are they letting us buy this stuff? And it comes down to, well, they want us to be sick because if we're not sick, doctors aren't getting paid, people aren't getting paid to do research on these cancers and stuff. But wouldn't you want us to be healthy? And then a lot of people are not educated on the dangers of food. Even vegan, people think that all vegan food is good. It's not.
It's not.
There's a lot of vegan food that is hot garbage. It's not good for your system.
And we learn, like, just because it says vegan on the package, GMO free, whatever it says, gluten free, like, scan it.
Scan it, please.
Please scan it, because just because they're allowed to put those labels on there. The tiny font might even say it's not even FDA approved.
Yep.
So we just, like, there was a lot of things that we were just like, wow, I can't believe, like, this was in our body. Yes. And even the switch from, you know, my niece's diet, she started to speak clearly. Her brain fog was going away. Yeah. She started to talk. So the food and your gut health
is serious.
There's a link there. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. If you want to talk about food and your ADHD, we can go there too. There's a link there.
Yep.
And we're not saying like this food specifically causes, no. Yeah. We're saying it can make your symptoms worse. I was doing home workouts while you was in the gym though. I think when you started to have your routine, I was doing home workouts because I was scared of the gym. I was one of those people. What is she doing? You know, I didn't want to pull a muscle in public. So I did a lot of home workouts. And I think if you ever want to start somewhere, home workouts are your best friend.
We'll link like all that information down below. And just to add, like with the food, you know, I was doing a lot of, I don't know about you, if you was going on TikTok to find recipes and stuff, like healthy high protein recipes. Even the gym influencers don't always stick to their stuff. Listen, I'm telling you guys, like Lenise said, this food is linked to ADHD and all these mental health conditions, right? It is also linked to high cholesterol. I had high cholesterol because I was eating eggs 5 days out of the week with yolk because these gym influencers was eating it and they're eating steak and all this red meat. It's not good for you guys at all. I don't care if the eggs are homegrown or what. You should not be eating eggs with yolk every single day. Stop.
And I know, you're probably thinking like, why didn't you do your research? We were desperate for this workout.
Yeah, we wanted something. We didn't know.
We didn't know. We kind of just walked in there. And I think everyone can testify to that. We walked into this journey with a lack of knowledge, I will say. But, yeah, be careful of who you're watching. And make sure what they're saying is like valid, it's evidence based, and make sure like we'll get into this, but like whoever you're looking up to as a fitness influencer, like make sure that that goal is attainable for you.
Even the supplements, guys. Those supplements, trash.
Stop.
Yuka can scan it too. They're not all good.
Sometimes Yuka can't even scan it too.
Sometimes they can't, yeah. But the ones I just threw them out. Like, just don't even use it. I don't care if it says vegan or not. Don't use it.
Yeah, so we was doing a lot of that. So I think for the whole year, like maybe the first 6 months of 2023.
Yeah, 2023.
We was locked in, bro. I was in my bag.
Yeah.
I was still lifting 10 pounds. But I will say I was lifting it correctly. And we started to see like how defined we were looking, like our biceps were cut, our back. Yeah, we was on it. But I think what also was helping me, which is why it's important about this topic is important, is because honoring our bodies was also honoring God.
Yeah.
Because when we read the Bible and we don't hear that a doctor came and healed the sick, our health comes from God.
Yep.
And so, sometimes the enemy, his goal is to kill us off. His goal is to wipe us out. And the quickest way to do that is through food.
It's a silent killer.
It is a silent killer. And he uses that to weaken us spiritually and physically. And this is why we have fasted, right? Because at a time I was starting to realize I think I'm experiencing gluttony. I think I was making food an idol, right? Like always having to stop to get something to eat. Like that's not normal. There was literally food at home.
Yeah.
I literally would go grocery shopping, but I always felt like I had to go out of my way to buy something. Why? So like all these things like was becoming an idol for me, and I was losing like that self-control. And so I remember like when I was doing the journey, like I dedicated my body back to God through this fitness journey, because I'm not doing it for the glutes, bro. Like I'm not doing it so that I can say I'm ripped. I'm doing it because I realized that my body is the only body that I have.
It's a temple.
It is a temple as well. It should be pure. How can the Holy Spirit reside in my body if it's filled with nasty, nasty things? So I think that's what was very encouraging.
Yeah. I like how you talk about like you knowing that your body is a temple and that it's important to take care of it in order to honor God, right? Because one Sunday at church, our pastor was talking about us doing like a hard 50, right? Like the whole congregation, he wanted us all to join because he's on a fitness journey as well.
Yes.
And he said something that stuck with me. He was saying like, how can he do, like, if God called him to go somewhere, right? And if he's not fit enough to do it, how can he accomplish what he's called to do? If God calls you to lead a ministry, right? And that ministry is to run a marathon. It's a ministry just running. You can't even run up a flight of steps. How can you run a marathon? If God calls you to do it and you can't run a flight of steps, or you're 300 pounds and overweight, how can you answer that call? You can't. But the thing is, you're supposed to be taking care of it before you even get to that point. Because you don't know what God is calling you, where he's calling you to go, where he wants you to move. So if you haven't been taking care of yourself physically, how can you even use it to spread the gospel?
Okay.
And like, I like how you also talked about gluttony, because like the Roman Catholic Church, right? They define gluttony as a deadly sin. Like it's equal to death to them, right? And like Lenise said, it can be like food can be your idol, right? And that's where you see like when people are depressed, they overeat. Like romantic films, you see them eating a tub of ice cream because they're sad, right? and you overeat because of all the emotions you're feeling.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you won't eat. Think about people that deal with anorexia or bulimia, and their relationship with food is not good. But like Lenise said, like the devil, he uses food against us. When you see like the first example of fasting was Moses. Yes. Moses fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. You see it again with Jesus. And what was the first thing the devil did? He tempted him with food. He told him to make something into bread. And Jesus was like, what? Like, you can't live off of bread alone. Okay. But because he knew the word, he was able to respond that way. And that example shows us why fasting is so hard, because people can't stop eating, right? That's why people will even say like it's like doctors will say it's so unhealthy to fast for 40 days. Like you can't, it's nearly impossible. Obviously it's nearly impossible because the spirit is going to lead you. You know, we're being led by God. God is a being, right? Of course, it to us, the human eye is unhealthy, right? But God will find a way. That's how a fasting is completed successfully, right? So the fact that he tested him with food first shows you how dangerous food can be, right? Our body yearns for certain things, our flesh, right? But just because it yearns for it doesn't mean that you need it. That's why Jesus says the word, like bread is the word, right? The word is our bread. The word is what feeds us. The word is what nourishes us. It's not that bagel you had in the morning with those eggs. That is, yes, it made you not hungry physically, but spiritually, if you're not okay spiritually, your spirit can't even operate in you physically properly. So that's how connected food is, even spiritually.
Because, like Nayla is saying, like, it can be a distraction for you. It can steer you off your path with God. And, like, this is what the devil can do. He has no power over you, but he can use certain things if you make yourself available. And so, like, even when when we would do a fast, like, and I'm hungry, I will read, like, I've read the word of God to feed myself. And I'm like, okay, like, I got this. I could still hang on for another hour. It could just be an hour, right? So knowing the word feeds your soul, and that's all you need. Yeah. You want to talk scientifically? You want to talk health conditions? Yes. Obviously, like, if you know your body cannot handle a 40-day, 40-night fast, of course, maybe you shouldn't do it. Or maybe do it with substitutes. I know people with underlying health conditions that have done the Daniel fast and done it successfully. God would never intend for us to do something that will destroy our bodies. Yes. The goal is to reestablish your body as his temple and strengthen it. This is the only body that we have, and this body is very important because this is where our Holy Spirit resides, and this is where God has given us dominion and authority. Just like Pastor was saying, like, when God calls you, like, it's not that he calls you and then you can still do what you want to do. You're gonna be called into ministry and lead people to God. Do you know how many things you're going to have to change about yourself? So if you're telling your church members to do this and do that, have a clear mind, but then you're eating McDonald's?
You will not have a clear mind eating McDonald's. I'm sorry.
You won't. Like, the grease, the oil. I remember one time, I think last year or 2023, I think we were doing a fast or whatever, but I was so hungry. And I had to commute home. So I remember I stopped at Wendy's and, oh yeah, we restricted like outside food, like junk food. And I remember I got Wendy's for the first time. I think it was after my veganism, actually. After my vegan thing, I got Wendy's for the first time, just the fries, my heart. Because you are putting back something in that you have fasted out. And your body's like, what is that?
It's like a spiritual detox.
Yes. My heart was racing. I can attest to that. I remember I went home and I told like my sister, I was like, listen to what just happened to me. She was like, it's the food. Mm-hmm. I've never felt that before. We used to eat Wendy's all the time. Mm-hmm. But for the first time, my heart was racing because I was fasting spiritually to cleanse and take out any toxins out of my body. Then I put it back in.
And notice that only happens if you're eating healthy and then you eat something bad, your body has a negative reaction. But if you're eating bad and then you eat something healthy, you don't have a negative reaction. Notice the chemical imbalance that happens when you are eating healthy and you eat something that is not of your routinely food, right? Mm-hmm. And it goes back to God, even like I would say, eat God's food. Mm-hmm. Plants. Guys, we too grown to not be eating vegetables and fruit. Tired of that. Guys.
Wow.
We need to eat veggies. Like, we're not children no more. Like, that is what he created. So, cucumbers, lettuce, romaine,
spinach,
squash, kale. Like, all those things. That is what nourishes your body, right? Yes, there was a point in time when God allowed the Israelites to eat meat in which book was it? Leviticus. Like, he talks about like why we're not supposed to eat certain animals. He says that, right? Because unclean. So when you eat something unclean, you become unclean, right? And then there was a period when he allowed the Israelites to eat certain animals, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying it's bad to eat animals, right? All I'm saying is that be mindful of what you're consuming, though. That's why they have labels like grass-fed and, all those different things. But it starts with education. It starts with wisdom. The same wisdom we need when we read our Bible is the same wisdom we need to have when it comes to food. Yeah. That food, it can kill. It can kill.
It can kill. Like, we're not even kidding. Research. Educate yourself. Food is just not food, man. Like,
it's a tool. It's not something to eat for fun. Yes, like there's people that like to eat, but it shouldn't be something that you love. When you love to eat, that then is an idol. You love it that much.
No, it's true.
That's not safe, guys.
It's true. Those mukbangs that you see,
that's disgusting. I'm sorry.
First of all, I found out that they don't even be eating the whole time. They'll eat like one burger. They'll toss everything out. Because who would do that? Why would you eat 10 burgers in one sitting? Or they'll throw it up after. Yeah, take it out of your body, please.
You ever see the hot dog contest? The eating ones? Like that. That right there.
What?
Come on, why are you doing that?
What are we doing?
That right there is gluttony right there.
And we're not going to knock the fact that healthier food is more expensive.
It is.
Go to Trader Joe's.
Even Aldi. Even though you have to put, I think, a quarter to get a cart, you get it back. Yeah. Look at that. Look at God.
And I feel like Trader Joe's has a lot of good options, bro.
Yeah, I love Trader Joe's.
Love it. Love, 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 love. They even have like juice, okay? Like a juice box. They have that for kids, but it's so healthy. Like, even when we give it to our niece, like, she's not bouncing off the walls if we gave her like Capri Sun.
Ooh. Those used to hit when we were kids.
Yeah.
Trash,
bro.
Terrible for you.
They did a recall because they found cleaning chemicals in it. And I went to a holistic doctor. What was this? Back in October. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I went because this holistic doctor was able to do a sensitivity test. Now, what triggered me to go there was because I went to the dermatologist. So listen to the different occupations. I went to a dermatologist who told me my skin was so bad. The only way to get my skin to be clear was to go on Accutane. Now, Accutane, it is I think it's a medication, a supplement. I don't know. I didn't look into it because I didn't want it. But what happens is that you take it and it's supposed to like...
Is it a pill?
I think it's a pill.
Okay.
You're supposed to take it and then eventually your skin is supposed to clear up. But then she was like, there's side effects. Like, you can't get pregnant while you're on it. Things will happen to the baby. Your liver can fail. And I was like, okay, I don't want this. I don't want it.
So you didn't take it?
I did not take it. I've been on antibiotics for my acne, and once I get off of it, it comes off. I mean, it comes back immediately because it kills good bacteria, but also kills bad bacteria. Okay. So
what have you been doing now? Because your skin looks amazing.
Thank you. I'll tell you. So after my dermatologist basically ripped me to shreds and told me that, like, she was like, your skin is so bad. Like, first of all, my friends had seen my skin at its peak, and that was freshman year in college. Okay, like that was the worst that my skin has ever been in my life. So I don't know what Shorty was talking about, but she kept saying it, and I just felt like it was just so like. It's so evil for her to like. Even her assistant was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. She said it about 5 times in that appointment how bad my skin was, and she kept saying how the tretinoin and the clindamycin, which is topicals, would never work. You need to be on the Accutane. I was like, all right, I'm gonna request for the tretinoin and the clindamycin and go my lovely way. She's like, okay, if you say so. And then she gave me CeraVe and Cetaphil. So those 4 things I just mentioned are the things that I've been using. So if you want to talk about skincare, that's what I've been using to control my acne. However, I then made an appointment with my holistic doctor who did a sensitivity test, and boom, guess what? I have hormonal imbalances. My body produces more oils than the average person. Oh, that will make sense as to why I break out on my cheeks and my chin and my forehead, your T-zone. Oily areas. Yeah. I also found out that I think it's like I produce more like not testosterone, the one estrogen than like testosterone. So they're imbalanced. So the Accutane was never gonna help me. Ever. So I switched everything out. I obviously eat clean. However, when I started to use the Cetaphil and the CeraVe and the tretinoin and the clindamycin, so she was about to kill me because I didn't want to take the Accutane. And the Accutane, I've heard like scary stories about it. Yeah. People's liver did fail. What, for acne?
It's not worth it.
Okay. So be careful what you put in your body, for real. Yes. As convincing as it sounded, for some people who show their before and after picture, something in me, because of my knowledge now about what I'm digesting and what I'm putting in my body, made me be like, nothing that this dermatologist is saying to me is ever going to make me want to take that. And she was forcing it down my throat. That was the second thing. I was like, no. Yeah,
that's not okay.
And they got to like monitor you, check your blood test. I'm like, no, stop. Like, please stop. No. So after going to my holistic doctor and realizing that there's certain foods I shouldn't be eating because I have a higher reaction to it, I'm like, bet. My skin changed.
Yeah, I like that. I love that she went to the holistic doctor because we talked about that a lot. And so her experiencing it gave us insight of how it would be. Yeah, but certain foods can be sensitive to your outer appearance and also internally as well. One of my food sensitivities is lactate. I cannot drink anything with lactate. I don't have any type of dairy. At least I try not to stay away from it. I've had plenty of bad experiences that had dairy involved. So dairy is a no-no for me. And I can tell when something has a lot of dairy just by the look of it. Like if I get a coffee, right, and I tell them to go light on the cream and that thing is as white as can be, no, they put too much cream. And I won't drink it because I can't have it. So I know a substitute mine is almond milk. But I'm not the type of person that just be drinking milk. Like if you are my age, our age, drinking whole milk, I would advise you to stop. I really would. You shouldn't be drinking. No one should be drinking whole milk under any circumstance. Okay, stop immediately. But I was never a person that would just drink milk for fun. I've never been that. Even when I was a kid, I was not just drinking milk.
You never had it in a cup?
No, that's weird. I'm lactose intolerant. Why would I just be drinking it for fun? But I also didn't like milk in general. I just thought it tasted like trash. So yeah, like I have almond milk, which it's not something that like I necessarily hate or like. I'll just use it when I need it. So if I'm cooking a recipe and I need it, or if I'm making oatmeal and I need milk, I will use the almond milk. But I'm not just drinking it because I want to drink milk. I'm craving for milk. That right there is a little suspicious.
I think if people crave milk, Layla, they should feel free to drink their milk.
Okay. Another tip I would recommend is nutrition facts. It took me a long time to understand nutrition facts. You know, when you're younger and you see these nutrition facts on the back of something, and say you get a bag of chips, right? Say it's like yay high, and it will say serving size 4, meaning that you can have 4 servings of this. So you can eat this bag 4 times, and say the calories is 90 calories per serving. So one serving will be 90 calories, right? 4 times 9 is what? Help me out. 36?
Sure.
360 calories now. You eat the whole bag. You weren't really supposed to do that, but you did it, right? And per serving is 4 grams of sugar. So multiply that by 4. Now you've eaten 16 grams of sugar. Shouldn't be having that much sugar in one meal. Okay, so learning the nutrition facts and what it means, like those Starbucks coffees that you buy at the grocery store, like the single bottles. I want y'all to look at the calories one day and look at the sugar specifically. About 54 grams of sugar. And the serving size is 1. It should just be 1 serving. 54 grams of sugar? Who are you trying to kill? But seriously, guys, I would recommend looking at nutrition facts. That is important. Seriously.
Heavy on the sugar. Because it's not just the sugar. It is the added sugar.
Yes. Yep.
And your daily value percentage. Okay? So the next time you want to go pick up that snack, look at the bag. Look at how much sugar you're going to consume. You shouldn't eat sugar for the rest of the day because you had 6 Oreos.
Yeah, you reached your limit.
Like, you reached the limit for the day in a pack of Oreos, and you're still hungry.
Some people eat that whole roll. You know how there's 3 rolls in a bag of Oreos? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Someone just eat the first roll. Come on, guys. That right there, that's where the diabetes starts from. I'm telling you.
I will say, I've learned.
What?
That diabetes is from the carbs that drink too much.
Dang. Oh, it's still sugar.
It's still sugar though. That's how you get root canals.
So like cavities?
Pasta? Yeah, like too much carbs.
Okay.
Breaks down to sugars, the glucose.
Yeah.
And then that's what contributes to diabetes. They were telling us like the sugar is what causes diabetes. That's a lie.
It's the carbs that turn.
It's the carbs that turn into the glucose.
And there are good carbs and bad carbs, guys.
Yes.
I know they're not a big fan of it, but I will recommend whole wheat. Stop eating white bread.
What are you talking about, Naima?
Whole wheat.
I eat whole wheat.
You know, I used to eat the wheat thins, the cereal. Y'all used to hate on me for that.
Oh, well, yeah.
You see?
That's
a lie?
What are we eating? You know?
So substitute that for wheat.
Right.
Okay?
Even cereal. Like, I don't even know what cereal I eat. I don't eat cereal.
Don't even eat cereal. How
oatmeal.
about that?
Don't
even eat it. It's terrible.
Yeah. I do oatmeal.
Yeah, I do oatmeal.
With blueberries. And chia seeds. Yeah.
I like bananas in my oatmeal. Bananas. Don't eat three or 4 in a day. One is 90 calories. Gosh.
Naila's trying to get you all right.
Listen, there's a lot that we need to learn. But the thing is, like, I'm trying to be easy because it's like my mom, we had this conversation. And I was like, why don't people know? Like, people don't know that Cinnamon Toast Crunch is trash for them. They don't know that. She's like, Naila, everybody's not educated like you are on this topic. And I was like, man, that's sad that people don't know. And it's true. People don't know what food is bad and what food is good. People don't know. But it starts with the education and it starts with community. And that's why I wanted to do this topic for the podcast.
Yeah. And I think that it's about people even knowing, but they can't afford it.
That too.
I remember when my dad used to pack us lunch for school, it was not healthy.
Lunchables?
Nah. Like honey buns and cookies and juice, but that's what my dad could afford.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And God being so good, like I'm old enough to buy my own groceries, so I know not to buy that, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's cheaper because they want you to get the cheaper stuff. But Trader Joe's. We're sponsoring Trader Joe's. Because I'm telling y'all, Trader Joe's helps you have different options as well. Because I'm the type of person, like, I can't eat the same thing, like, after the second week. Because when we were meal prepping, like, I would meal prep. Yeah, it gets so boring. I used to ask Layla for recipes. I'm like, that's whack. I just had that last week. And even the cookbook with Tabitha Brown's, I got that too. Like, I was like, Tab, the mushrooms? Seriously? So it's like, you have to just go to places and just scan it. Scan. And I believe that Trader Joe's has a lot of options. And then go to maybe Market Basket for your whole recipes, your whole food and stuff like that. But just really be mindful, guys. Mm-hmm. Like, the older we get, you want to be a parent that you can run up and down with your child. Like, you don't want to say your hip is hurting. Yeah. You know, you don't want to say like your back aches. You gotta move your body. You do. You got to move your body. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta understand why fitness is important. It's not about looking snatched. Yeah. That's the benefit. Like, that's implied. It's about being strong. And it's like you learn different skills. Like, yeah, I can do it. Mm-hmm. And that confidence can translate to other areas of your life. You know how hard it is to do that last rep? And you push yourself? So you don't think you can do nothing in life? You know how hard it is to do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio after strength training? Stop. What? The Stairmaster? Every day. Stop. And it's like, if you need fast results, it's gonna suck for you. Like, because you're not gonna get fast results. You're not gonna look, if you are desiring to look like Beyonce in 4 weeks. No, you're not. You're not. It takes time. So you have to be patient. You have to be consistent. Sometimes it'll take a year to get your dream body, or 2 years, sometimes 3, but you have to be consistent. And like Lenise says, like, that consistency that you show in health and fitness will translate in your everyday life. You'll be consistent at your job. Yeah. You'll be consistent in your household, your family life, with your friends. Yeah. You'll be consistent with that business that you're starting up. Yeah. It shows you values of discipline. It shows you even how to be disciplined with God. God desires disciplined people. Yeah. So if you lack discipline, man, it's gonna be tough. It is. But it's a gradual process. Yeah. Don't just go to the gym and start lifting 20. Oh, don't do that. Please don't do that. Like, you will hurt yourself. Just like you don't, like, rush through the Bible. Like, you have to take your time. Yeah. You have to. Yeah, you're going to probably have to start with 5 pounds, and that is okay. Mm-hmm. Because 5 pounds turns into 10, and 10 turns into 25. Mm-hmm. But you have to train your body. Your body has to know, too. Mm-hmm. So we talk about, like, wisdom and knowledge. Like, your body has to understand. And it's like, oh, okay, like, you can go higher now. I'm ready. Yes. Right? Don't go before your body. And I say that because, like, when I had the flu, guys, I was down bad. Yeah, but you, like, know your body. Exactly. You have to know your body. I knew my body, and I knew not to push myself in the gym. I'm still not pushing myself yet, so I'm still recovering. Because one of the symptoms is shortness of breath, and it's like, am I going to try to kill myself? You were huffing and puffing. Yeah. Why would you ask me that? I just wanted to know. Like, the people need to have context. That's what I'm saying. I was huffing and puffing after every rep. And I knew something was wrong with me. Because I was telling Ayla, like, I was really in my prime. Like, you know when you're really at your peak because you feel yourself, like, going heavier in weights and stuff like that? I was fighting for my life. And I knew that I had to drop down in weight and I had to do easy workouts because it's like, what am I going to do? Run my body through the mud? Mm-hmm. No, I have to know my body, but it takes time to get back to that. So, we're not saying like go throw yourself in the gym, but we're saying like just do the research yourself. Mm-hmm. You're going to find everything that we're saying with evidence. Yeah. You're going to see that food is linked to mental health. Mm-hmm. You're going to see it's linked to spiritual health. You're going to see that when you took away the junk food, that you can see clearly. You can understand better. You're not tired. You're more productive. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And to add off of that, like, food is linked to your fitness, so you can't go to the gym and eat McDonald's every day and expect to look like a supermodel. It's just not gonna work. Like, I wish you could eat anything you could in the gym, but it's not how it works. Diet is actually 80% important. That means if you compare it to the 20%, that means it's like basically nothing to the food, right? And you can start small. You don't even have to go to the gym. You could just walk outside like 30 minutes a day. You could just walk. Like, so far as you're moving your body and you're not just sitting down all day, I think that is how you start. I think sometimes people overcomplicate it. And it's not like you have to be in the gym like 3 hours lifting weights. You don't even have to do that. Do what you like to do. If it's Pilates you like to do, do it. If you like to swim, do it. If you like to run, do it. You like to walk, do it. Whatever makes you happy fitness wise, do that. I think that's so important.
I've seen people like, reading a book at the gym while they're walking.
Yeah.
I be seeing my dad, watching the news, but he's riding the bike still. Like, you don't even realize how much stronger you're getting.
Mm-hmm. It takes time.
It takes time. I remember I saw someone on TikTok say like they were struggling so hard to go to the gym, so they started off just driving to the gym and parking and going home because you're telling your brain like you can do it. Yep. And then eventually that person was able to go inside the gym and start killing it. I even seen people like that been going to the gym for so long. I've seen their transformation, like, and I feel awkward like going up to them and being like, "Wow, you look really good." It's like, dang, what I looked like before, But I've seen their progress too. So start slow. You'll get there, and health is a gift.
It is. It's rich.
And with every gift comes a responsibility and discipline.
Yes.
I don't want us to be so poor or we think we're so rich because we have all these possessions. No. The iPad right here means nothing if my heart and my health is declining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are rich in spirit because of our bodies. So.
And just to end it off too, like Lenise had said that like you have to be patient. Like when you read the Bible, you're patient, right?
Yeah.
Reading the Bible, that's up for everything. Like you have to do that every day for the rest of your life. The gym is like that too. Like as soon as you gotta do that forever. Like you can't stop. You gotta move your body forever. I heard this older woman, she said that if I stop moving, I won't ever move. Meaning that because she's in her 80s, but she walks everywhere, right? Because she wants to stay active. She wants to keep moving. So meaning that if she does not move, she will never be able to move like ever again. So think of it like that. If you don't move, you'll never move.
And it's true though, because if you have an office job and you're sitting and you're sitting and you're sitting and you go and stretch, your hip flexors are tight because you're not moving. Your back is stiff because you're not moving it. Like I have an office job, but I force myself sometimes to stand up and work because I don't want to have a hunchback and I don't want to be stiff in my hips.
Yeah.
Or like, I work out so that even if I do have to sit, like my body can even sit in a certain way. Like my posture is different because my body now knows how to like sit. Before I used to be like hanging over my desk,
Yeah.
So, but you feel stronger, right? So I like that. If you stop moving,
You'll never move.
You'll never move. And as you're working out, like be grateful.
And you can move. There's people that can't.
Yeah.
You don't want to, God forbid, be like that.
Yeah, that you can.
It's heartbreaking.
You can walk. You can lift the dumbbells. Like, feel gratitude in the gym. I think that will encourage you as well. Like, God gave me this body. I'm gonna take care of it.
Mm-hmm. So if you are working in the office or you are in school, and instead of taking that elevator, take them stairs. Take the stairs.
You're gonna huff. You're gonna puff.
It'll get easier. It will get easier. Like, instead of driving to, if it's nice outside, instead of driving to the mini mart or like the honey farms down the street, walk there. And walk back. Your body will thank you.
Yeah. Like summertime, I legit walk around the entire campus, bro, for 1 hour. And I end up getting like 5,000 steps because I want to hit 10K every day. Every day I want to hit 10K, which is kind of hard sometimes. Mm-hmm. But that's the goal.
Yeah.
So, health is wealth, guys.
It is.
You are rich when you are healthy. Mm-hmm. You're not rich by possessions. So remember that. Remember that, God needs you to be trained physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And, remember, like, if your physical health is declining, imagine what's going to happen up here.
Yeah.
But when here is healthy too, here is healthy as well. So,
yes. Yeah, guys. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message us. And
message Naila.
You guys can message the both
She's
of us.
the expert.
That's one thing I wanted to emphasize. I'm not an expert. I didn't go to school for health and fitness, but I do study this. I do on my free time, of course, reading books, watching documentaries to get the most information I can. And we'll also link in our bio on our YouTube in the description. The Yuka app. That way you can get it. We pay like, I think $8.99 for the year. What apps you pay $8.99 for the year? Yeah. That's a deal. Like, people say being healthy is expensive, and it can be, but it's not always expensive. You just need to budget smarter and make things budget friendly. So that is a very budget friendly app that we love to use and has helped us so much. So we'll put that in the description. So if you're interested, you can download that as well.
Yes. You can see his lives.
Yes. So they should sponsor us by now. Like, what? The way I be using the app, we be trying to tell Lizzie. And
wow, you gonna throw this into the bus like that?
No, I didn't say it. I was just saying we be trying to tell Lizzie. Like, I said,
she has it.
Oh, you have it?
See, yeah.
But she don't be utilizing it. She's still eating the same old stuff.
Yo, Lizzie, you gonna let her put you on blast like that?
All right, I apologize.
And another thing, you see why I don't be working out with Naila no more?
What did I say?
We used to work out all the time. And I say she's an expert because when we work out, it's like we're training for the military. I'm not trying to go into the military. And nor do I want the military to know that I'm capable to join them. So
you don't want to serve for our country?
No. So when I work out with Naila, it has to be once a year for 30 minutes.
Listen, every person that Lizzie hasn't worked out with me, but every person I've worked out with has given me a problem every single time. It's like, it's not hard. But then I realize, I will say, and I will acknowledge that I should come up with modifications.
Thank you.
I do say, like, listen, I'll use a 15-pound or 20-pound. You can use a 10.
No, that's not the one. I can do the weights. I don't do burpees. Okay? I don't do planks. All right?
Planks are so good for you, though.
I can do a plank. I just don't want to do it with Naila. Because I feel
Why
like
you don't want to do it with me?
She'll be like, Lenise, you got 30 more seconds in you. Hold it. And it's like 9. I can only
And I can put a weight on your back, too. Like a plate. I'm telling you, abs will be on fleek.
My abs are on fleek, but I'm not working out with you.
They're gonna work out with me. We're gonna do a video, me, Lynn, and Liz, and we're gonna post it on our YouTube. Stay tuned.
Yeah. You guys, you might see more fitness content. Maybe we should start being more transparent about what we eat and stuff like that. I feel like it's more relatable instead of just lecturing y'all about it. Exactly. So maybe once in a while we'll drop a few gems.
Yeah, let us know if y'all even want like fitness content, food content. Like, we're here. We don't know everything, but we know something.
And look cute at the gym. That's another encourager. We got a matching set? Yes, absolutely. Pick up the 25. You look good.
Yeah. What she said.
That's the best part about the gym, the clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So that is all that we have to say. You know, kind of reflect on this. It's still the beginning of the year. You still got time.
Oh, yeah. It's never too late to go to the gym. You can go any day.
Any day. You can still go to the gym. Set a challenge for yourself. We've done that before. You know, set a goal for yourself. What am I going to do? How am I going to move my body? Even if you're just dancing at home, that's still a goal. Okay? Mm-hmm. How am I going to change my eating habits? Even if you just want to start scanning stuff. You're going to shock yourself. Hit us up if you find something crazy in your house. Because we've seen crazy things and we eat every day that's bad for us. So, yeah, guys.
And just another thing, too, like another quick tip. Instead of eating out so often, cook at home. Cook at home at least 5 days out of the week. I promise you, that's how you start. That's the easiest way to start, is making home cooked meals. Your body, your body changes through the kitchen. So the kitchen changes bodies, okay, physically. I'm telling you, this what's in your kitchen. So start cooking from home. Do not eat out as much.
And it saves you moolah.
It does save you money too. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us for this episode, and we hope you guys will be back for another episode. Please follow us at Through the Light Podcast on our Instagram, our TikTok, and our YouTube page.
Bye.